Imagine this. You walk past a shiny new car, the kind that turns heads, and suddenly, for a split second, it feels like owning it could solve everything. Status, respect, even happiness. Surprising, right? But what if I told you that this feeling isn't just about the car? It's about something deeper, something wired into our brains? Hey, this is Mark, and you're welcome to AUTOSAYS. Hit that like button and subscribe, because by the end, you'll never see cars the same way again. Once upon a time, cars were a symbol of freedom, adventure, and a ticket to the world beyond your doorstep. Fast forward, and they've become a mark of success, proof to everyone, and maybe yourself, that you've made it. But here's the twist. That shiny metal can bring joy. Yes, but also stress, loans, debt, and the fear of falling behind. Ever wondered why some people stretch their budgets just to own the car everyone envies? That's the power of emotion over logic. It's not just a car, it's identity on wheels, social proof, and sometimes a secret trap. People laugh, but maybe too loudly, when they say, "I don't care what others think." We all secretly do. And the question is, are we chasing dreams or chasing approval? Stay tuned, because in the next 2 to 4 minutes, we'll dive into the surprising psychology behind why we can't resist this metal temptation. It's fascinating when you realize how much our brains love a good status symbol. That car in the driveway isn't just a vehicle. It is a story about who you are, or at least who you want the world to see. Studies show that people feel an instant boost of confidence and pride when they drive a car that signals success, even if it's slowly eating away at their savings. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone smile a little too big behind the wheel of a new ride? That's not coincidence, it's chemistry. Dopamine, pride, and social validation all rolled into one shiny package. And here's where it gets even trickier. We often compare ourselves to our neighbors, friends, or even Instagram feeds wondering, am I keeping up? That pressure can make someone stretch beyond their means, because the fear of being left behind feels louder than the pain of the payment plan. But it's not all doom and gloom. This same desire can push people to work harder, achieve more, and turn dreams into reality. Funny, isn't it? How the same little car can be both a motivator and a trap. And just when you think you figured it out, the stories of real people hit you. People who spent everything on a car only to learn that success isn't parked in the driveway. Next, in 4 to 6 minutes, we'll uncover those real-life stories that will make you rethink every car purchase you've ever dreamed about. Let us dive into some real stories that really show why cars have become more than just machines. They are mirrors of our ambitions and fears. Take Sarah, for example. She landed her first big promotion and immediately bought a luxury SUV, thinking it would announce to the world, "I've made it." But within months, the loan payments started piling up, and the pride of ownership began to mix with stress. She realized the car wasn't just a symbol of success. It was a daily reminder of the financial pressure she had put on herself. Or consider Mike, who had always driven older, practical cars. But the pressure from friends and social media pushed him to lease a flashy sports car. The thrill lasted a few weeks, then came the anxiety. Could he really afford it? These stories aren't rare. They're everywhere. And here's the cliffhanger. Sometimes, owning a car can actually reveal hidden truths about our financial habits and emotional triggers that we didn't want to face. People laugh at the idea of retail therapy, but in reality, cars can be one of the most emotional and expensive forms of it. The lesson? It's not just about keeping up with appearances, it's about understanding yourself, your desires, and the fine line between excitement and obsession. And just when you think you've learned that lesson, the cultural pressure kicks back in. Ads, friends, social media, even subtle glances on the street, pushing us toward that next car, that next image of success. In the next 6 to 8 minutes, we'll reflect on how all this affects financial choices and what it really costs us emotionally and practically. Now, let us take a step back and think about what all this really costs us, both in money and in mind. Every car we buy to prove something, every payment stretched beyond comfort, carries more than just a financial weight. It carries emotional baggage. That thrill of driving a new car can quickly turn into stress when bills pile up, when you wonder if you made the right choice, or worse, when comparisons creep in. Why didn't I get that model? Why do they have that and I don't? It's a subtle, sneaky cycle where excitement and fear live in the same dashboard. But here's the good news. Understanding this emotional pull gives you power. You start seeing cars not just as symbols of success, but as tools for thoughtful decisions. It's about asking yourself, am I buying a car because it genuinely improves my life, or because it improves my image? Sometimes that answer is uncomfortable, sometimes it's freeing. And the irony? The people who balance desire with wisdom often enjoy their cars more. They're not chasing validation, they're choosing fulfillment. Funny how freedom in choice can feel better than freedom on the road. But just when you think it's simple, there's one final layer. The bigger truth about what owning a car really says about ambition, identity, and the life you're building. In the next 8 to 10 minutes, we'll tie it all together and leave you with a perspective that could change how you see every car lot forever. So after everything, what does owning a car really mean? It's not just metal, tires, or horsepower. It's a reflection of who we are, what we value, and sometimes what we fear. The excitement, the pride, the little rush when people notice your car is all part of the story we tell about ourselves. But the deeper truth is, a car can't define success. It can only reflect the choices we make along the way. Think about it. Every payment, every loan, every compromise is a small chapter in your financial and emotional journey. And here's the twist. When we start making choices from awareness rather than impulse, when we balance desire with responsibility, that same car becomes a symbol of control, not pressure. It becomes a celebration, not a trap. So next time you see a shiny new model, or feel that sudden urge to upgrade, pause and ask yourself, am I chasing approval or fulfillment? Because in the end, the real ride isn't the one on the road. It's the one in your mind, your decisions, and your life. The car is just the mirror. And maybe, just maybe, when you understand that, you'll never look at a parking lot the same way again. Share your thoughts in the comments. What car tells your story?